That looks sturdy now. Hello, my name is Shay. I like to make things, and I have been itching for a new project. My last 5 projects have either been big costume recreations or home decor or just silly creative projects, and I miss sewing. Don't get me wrong, I love these creative projects. I love costumes, obviously, but there's something about just like making a red carpet dress in like 3 days and like complete chaos that I just miss. And tonight is actually the Oscars, and I'm just gonna watch it and see if I'm inspired at all. So let's see what dresses they got for us. So Jess and I watched the red carpet together, and there were some good looks. Lisa's was really good, Cynthia's dress, Selena Gomez, Elle Fanning. But not gonna lie, there was one really big standout, Ariana's dress. It was so much fun watching because once I saw it on the carpet, I was like, okay, this is good. This is the one. It's kind of floaty and playful and fun, but still so elegant. And it's just a dress that I think would be fun to make. I even asked everyone on Instagram what their favorite dresses were from the night, and we were all on the same page. Ariana. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm feeling really inspired right now, and I just really wanna make things, and I think I can make this dress in like the next 2 days, like a 48-hour challenge. Because I don't want this to drag on, and I just wanna have the dress, and I just wanna make it now. So come along with me. We're gonna try and make Ariana's dress in the next 48 hours. I think I can do it. Here, let me break it down first. So breaking her dress down is actually pretty simple. It's got 3 main parts. It's got a nice structured bodice. It's got that crazy gravity-defying top skirt. It's usually called like a peplum. At least I think it is. Don't quote me on that. And then it's got this beautiful, flowy, glittery skirt. The hardest part is most definitely just the structure of the dress and creating that crazy, unique shape. It is very sculpture and very fancy, but it's not too complicated. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about this one. Let me go see what supplies I can get for it. But before we head to the fashion district to get supplies, you might be curious, Shay, where do you get most of your clothes from? And that would be the sponsor of this video, ThredUp. ThredUp is basically an online thrift store, and I love it because you can get these awesome high quality clothes at really affordable prices. And bonus, it's not fast fashion. This is buying secondhand, so it's more environmentally friendly, you're keeping clothes out of landfills, and overall it's just less wasteful. And there's a huge variety of brands and items on ThredUp. Lately I've been in my funky pants era, so I picked up a few different patterned and colorful pants. My favorite is probably these green cider cargo pants. They typically retail for $51. I got them for about $14 on ThredUp. I styled it with this princess poly top that I also got on ThredUp for around $9, and it just turned into this really cute, funky, fun look. And ThredUp has more than clothes, they have accessories like designer bags. I got this Michael Kors bag, which retails for $382 for only $37.80 on ThredUp. And y'all, it is so classy and so cute and just elevates any outfit that I pair it with. And lastly, one of my favorite features on ThredUp is actually their search. Their search algorithm has gotten so good, you can search by color, brand, material, pattern, and just get really specific results. It's currently springtime, so I searched for spring dresses, and I ended up picking out a few of them. My favorite was probably this American Eagle dress. It typically retails for $55. I got it for just $15 on ThredUp, and it makes the cutest spring outfit. It's what I'm wearing right now with a cardigan. So if you're interested, check out ThredUp. You can shop hundreds of brands for a fraction of the price all in one place. You can tap the link in the description to shop all my faves that I picked out and find something thrifted for any occasion. And if you see this video in March 2025 when I posted it, you can use my code CRESCENT for 50% off and free shipping on your first order. Again, thank you so much to ThredUp for sponsoring this video and making projects like this possible. But that is enough yapping. Let's go get these fabrics. So you know what time it is. Let's go to the LA Fashion District. Good day. Oh my gosh, the fashion district was so good. I got literally everything I needed. Perfect colors, perfect fabric types. It never happens like this. For her bodice, I found this beautiful pink satin. I got a bunch of tulle for her skirt. And then aside from the pretty fabrics, I got a bunch of different structural fabrics. I am so hopeful. But now that we have all the supplies, I can start making it. And just like any project, I'm gonna start with the hardest part first. And for this one, it's that whole anti-gravity skirt. I need to make the structure. So first things first, I kind of need to know how big her skirt is. Like, what's the diameter of this guy? I can't eyeball it, but I think I want to at least try to measure it. Ariana is 5'1". Diameter of this circle. Take out our calculator. Okay, I have my measurements. Let's make the pattern.
So basically, I'm taking those measurements and using them to kind of sketch out the size and the shape of her skirt.
Patterns. It looks crazy right now, but my plan is basically to take wire and then bend that to match this outer curve pattern that I made. And then I can take that bendy wire and bend that around this circle pattern, and then hopefully I should have like the edge of the dress. And that is our base. I'm kind of now realizing that this was not probably the best way to make this. My first instinct was so sculptural to be like, I've got to sculpt the curves. You don't sculpt a dress first, you make a paper pattern.
So I'm gonna go back and make a couple paper mock-up patterns to test out and try and figure out the shape of her skirt pattern.
Okay, I figured it out, thank God. That is her skirt pattern. It's basically just a double circle skirt that has a bunch of structure to it. But I think if I combine the wire edge with a double circle skirt, I should have a base. So I did it a little backwards, but now all I have to do is cut my double circle skirt out of strength fabric.
Sew them up and then test if that fits on my wire edge that I made.
Okay, this actually worked really well. The best way to attach this would be to hand sew it, but I'm doing this in 2 days. We're gonna hot glue. Okay, fine, I'm gonna sew. This is not really how I should spend my time, but it's just gonna make it so much nicer. It's pretty good! Let's try it on. That's looking pretty Ariana-like. I had my doubts, but it is really coming together. This is a near perfect base. The only thing is it's not super strong. And I think once I add like the weight of the tool, it's just gonna start drooping big time. So I'm basically just going to add a ton of wire reinforcement into this dress. That looks sturdy now. It's not moving. But I'm still kind of worried about the strength of this interfacing fabric. You can already kind of see crackles and bends in it. So I think I'm gonna try and reinforce it a little more. There's this material that I've heard of, but I've never really used before called Shay. I've seen it used in cosplay hat making. So it looks and acts almost like felt, but then you can heat it up and it holds its shape. And I think that would be like the perfect outer shell to this dress.
So I'm gonna go and pick some up and cover my whole skirt base with it.
That actually worked pretty well. Now I just need to heat it up. Not bad for my first like 14 hours of work. Not gonna lie, I don't think I'll be able to finish it in 2 days. I'm gonna give myself 3 days instead. I feel like I'm bargaining with myself. No one is giving me a timeline. I just said I could do this in 48 hours. I don't have to suffer. I can just make stuff. We are back. Day 2. So I'm just gonna go in the garage, hit it with my heat gun. That actually worked so well and so easy. I kind of don't even need any more practice. You literally just heat it up and it holds its shape. JK, I did it wrong the first time. I've got to redo it. It kind of poked holes in it. Look at that. But I looked it up online and they recommend you using a steamer. So I'm just gonna go and redo this entire skirt like that. This took so much longer than I thought. But look how smooth it is. And it's pretty sturdy and pretty strong. It's a very nice skirt. I'm very happy with it. But the skirt is only half of the base. I still have to do the top.
Ariana's top is a super structured bodice with this line through the bust.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of flying blind here. I don't really know how I'm supposed to do this. This is not working. I cannot wrap my head around how to make this. So we're gonna go even more basic than draping. I'm just gonna do a tape pattern. I'm gonna wrap this whole thing in cling wrap it in tape, and draw on how I want it to look.
Then I just cut it out and
this is what we got. At this point you might think, this is easy. Just do what you've done in every single other sewing project. Make this tape pattern into a corset pattern that you can just sew up. I did not do this. I proceeded to cut it out of one piece of interfacing. You see, it doesn't have any shape or definition. It's too tubular. I'm gonna try again. I tried again, cutting the pattern into more pieces, but still making it out of interfacing. Ta-da! We have a new pattern, now we sew. Okay, I was trying to cheat it by using this super stiff material. I think I just have to make it like a corset. So finally, on my third attempt, I realized I should just make this like a normal corset top, cutting my tape pattern into more panels and making it out of twill. Well, we found what works, doing it the right way. Let me sew the second half and add the boning in. This looks good. Oh, this looks so much better. I should have just done this from the beginning. Once I add boning in though, it's gonna take it next level.
So I sewed boning channels for 12 hours and added a bunch of zip ties to act as boning.
She is fully boned. It makes it so nice. I boned like the bottom like a corset, but these top cut parts I don't think would look very good with boning. So I think instead I'm gonna use that white Foss shape again to like make little molded cups for them and then sew those on. Oh my God! I'm actually quite happy with her. That took me so long, but it looks so good! This is done and pretty much ready to be covered with pink. The only thing is if I cover it now, these bones will show through. So I'm also gonna cover it in this Foss shape just to give it a little more structure and so that it will cover the bones. That totally looks like her bodice. Because hers, when you look at it, it just looks solid. And this just looks solid. I am so happy with how this base is turning out. It's super cutesy though. We have the bodice covered, we have the bodice smooth, we have the skirt covered, we have the skirt smooth. Now I just need to cover them in pink. So let's bring out the pink fabric and do that. The whole point of this look is for it to be as seamless as possible. So I'm actually gonna pin the entire pink down on the dress form so that I can make sure that it's perfectly smooth, just like her dress with no seams. Beautiful, oh my gosh, it's perfect. The only bad thing about this technique is I have to entirely hand sew it. So once everything is all draped and pinned and smooth, I have to go in for hours and hours and hours and hand sew all of that pink to the base. And we had our pink bodice. The last step with this bodice is just to add the corset back. So I'm just gonna pop in some grommets real quick. Look at that. We have a top, and now that the top is pink and done, we can do the same thing for the skirt. I am just draping it in pink fabric, pinning it all down, making sure it's pretty and smooth, and the drape is done. The sun has risen. Look at that. I started this at nighttime, so it took me a while. Genuinely, I am really proud of this. This is probably one of the nicest garments I've made, and now I hand sew for hours. We know what time it is. Montage. I also installed a zipper into the back of the skirt. They didn't have any pink zippers left, so I got a white one, and I'm just gonna go and color it with markers to match. She's done, she's sewn. Look at how beautiful this is! This is so stunning. I fully gave up on making this fast. This is one of the nicest garments I've ever made. This is the closest I've gotten to actual couture techniques. I am very proud. We've got the top, we've got the base. I'm gonna sew them together real quick. She is wearable and so red carpet. She's beautiful. She's like a little princess dress. Literally perfect. Ah! We're on the home stretch now. The dress is pretty much done. All that's left is to add the tulle skirt. I'm keeping it simple with the tulle skirt. I'm just gathering all of this tulle up with my sewing machine, and I'm just putting it on the bottom of the dress that I made. Look at all this floof. I know it's not glittery like hers because that wasn't quite in the budget, but like, it just looks like it floats. I've got enough tulle for one more layer, so I'm gonna go and make it even fluffier. Tulle is all attached, and this thing is like a cloud. Oh, and when it spins, look at that! Ah! Okay, all that's left is to cut it. And with that, the dress is done. She's done, she's done, she's done! It is actually 10 p.m. on Sunday, March 9th, so almost exactly a week after this dress first debuted. We have a recreation. It did not end up being 48 hours, but I will take a week. But let me get glammed up and put this on so I can show you the final look.
I just wanna move on with my life. I've loved you for a while, and that's the way I like it. All these butterflies gotta go. I just gotta be on my own. I've been loving you for too long.
And that is my Ariana Grande Oscars dress. I am so proud of this dress. It is absolutely beautiful. It's so sculptural, it's so pretty, and it's a really great recreation. Like, one-to-one with Ariana's dress. Yes, there's some little things off, but I am pretty proud of how much it looks like her dress, especially for like 6 days and a couple $100s. It was definitely a little ambitious to think that I could do it in 48 hours, but I'm really glad it just pushed me to make it rather than sitting thinking about it for too long. But overall, I'm just like so happy with this project. But that's it for this project. Feel free to leave suggestions for what I should make next in the comments below. This is actually one of the rare times where I don't know which project I'm gonna make next. So toss your suggestions in the comments. I might make it. And again, a big thank you to Thredup for sponsoring this video. You can check them out to get some cool clothes that are environmentally sustainable and at a fraction of the price. I even picked out a list of items that I was looking at on Thredup, and you can check it out in the link in the description. But to end the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!